All right, that was my Keebler ice cream cones that I just placed into my muffin tin. We're gonna move these off to the side, and I'm gonna bring in my Duncan Hines Classic White Cake Mix. I already just followed the instructions on the box by adding our water, our oil, and our eggs. And we're gonna come in with our neon pink food dye right into our white cake for this super fun and easy little treat for summer and for the kiddos. And I'm just gonna go right on in, and we're just gonna give that a stir because we want that bright neon pink to come through in our cake mix. And you can kind of build on your color. So, oh my gosh, look at how gorgeous that already is looking, depending on how light or dark you want. But we're gonna start off with a little and just kind of mix that into our white cake mix. Oh, look at how stunning that is. I just used a tiny bit, maybe about a tablespoon, but I think that looks pretty good. Just making sure we get everything beautifully incorporated. Oh, yeah, I think that looks pretty darn good. All right, now that we have our beautiful pink cake mix, I'm gonna go right on in, and what we're gonna do is just put a bit of that cake mix about halfway into our ice cream cones. You don't wanna fill them all completely up because that cake does expand. So we're just going halfway into our little Keebler cones, just like so. Perfect. All right, let's get these all filled up. All right, we have our last cone to fill. Stunning. All right, we are ready to place these into our oven. We're only gonna place them in there for about 10-15 minutes at 350. All right, while our cones are in the oven, we're gonna take just our plain white frosting, and I'm gonna come in with our neon green food dye. I'm just gonna do a little bit of that neon green right into our white frosting. Nothing too crazy, just a touch. You can always add more. And then we're gonna give that a big stir. I want that kind of big, bold green and kind of playful. Like I said, this is gonna be a great little dessert and treat to make with the kids. I make a total different variety for every season and holiday, so we'll get that nice and stirred up. All right, that looks pretty green to me. Now that we have that ready, I'm gonna bring in my piping station. I just have a tip in there in our piping bag, and what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna open that right on up, or try to. Use your best piping ability. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna take that green frosting, and we're just gonna start to place that green frosting into our piping bag, just like so. Oh, that green is so pretty. It's like summery, spring, perfect for this recipe. I feel like piping just always elevates all of my desserts, and it's super simple. All right, we have our green frosting piped or into our piping bag. So I'm just gonna pull that up and just kind of push it down to our tip. So we don't want anything to come out of the top. So I may have overfilled it just a bit, but we're just going to gently place it and twirl it just like so. Perfect. All right, we're gonna grab our scissors. We're gonna cut our tip. Beautiful. Kind of let some of that air out. Perfect. Now we're ready to pipe. All right, I'm gonna move that out of the way. We have our cupcakes ready to roll. I'm gonna bring them back over. We did let them cool down for about 5-10 minutes because we don't want that frosting to melt. And I'm gonna start piping that lovely green on top of our pink cupcake cones. Beautiful. If anybody can guess what kind of vibe we're going for, I would love to hear it. Green, pink, summer. These are looking fantastic. I love making, ooh, man down. That's all right. Just making sure we stabilize our cones. Perfect. All right, let's get these frosted. All right, now that we have these all beautifully frosted, I'm gonna come in with some mini semi-sweet morsels. I'm gonna take a couple in my hand and see if this works best. I'm just gonna take a couple and go right over top our green frosting, just like so. These are gonna act as a little character give it a little pizzazz to see if anybody can guess what we're kind of trying to mimic here. I'm just going in with a couple on each one of our green frostings. Remember, we have that pink white cake in the center of our cones. And look at how darling these are looking. It's one of my favorite fruits to eat in the summer and springtime. I think these are looking pretty good. And I think the mini little morsels just add a little bit of pizzazz. You can feel free to skip this step. You can also do the chocolate chips in your dough too. But I think those look really, really darling. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give one of these a try. I have a knife. I have my little perfect little appetizer plate. And I think this front one, I mean, look at how cute those are. And here's the best part. Oh, I'm excited. If you can't guess what fruit we're mimicking yet, we're going for a beautiful and delicious summer watermelon cake cone. So cute, super easy. And delicious.